Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and Unseen. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Oh yeah, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back. It is Monday, and that means it's only one thing, right? It means it's time for a brand new edition, brand new episode, finally, of Am I on the Air? That's right, we're broadcasting live from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here in lovely Tucson, Arizona, on this Monday, April the 27th. That is correct. This is Am I on the Air? I'm your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show. It's season 20, episode 16, and tonight's show is titled Defending Mega. So, once again, I welcome you. I welcome you with open arms, as long as we keep 6 feet between us. My arms are open, we just can't embrace right now. Social distancing. Hashtag social distancing. I still hope, I'm wishing you all out there that you're being safe and you're healthy. I am out here just wishing well for all of you. I'm hoping within the next couple weeks, I'm hoping by the end of May, we will be past the brunt of this whole thing, of this whole virus, and we can start to get our lives back. I know some states are starting to open back up. Is it the smart thing to do? Probably not. I don't know yet what's going to happen here in Arizona. They haven't made any decisions yet. But I would like to get through May. I think May, let's go one more month. Let's get through May. And I think June we could slowly start to get back into the world. I think the people that are opening like right now are taking a little bit of a risk. I saw a meme earlier that was a photo of Elizabeth Banks from the Hunger Games, and it said, like, for all the states that are opening back up right now, and it had her saying, may the odds forever be in your favor. And I think that just spoke such truths, to be honest, because why are we doing this? But you know what? That's not what this show's about. You come here to get your mind off that stuff, right? We're dealing with that all the time, 24/7. So I want to take a half hour out of your day and just get you caught up on all the latest and greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, and a little bit of reviews for what we can when it happens. So I welcome you one more time. So before we get really going, I love to do some shout outs in the beginning when I have some exciting stuff to talk about. And I do have an exciting plug to talk about because I was a featured guest on the latest episode of Rachel Squared, the Drunk Girls podcast. That's right. This is a great podcast, by the way, that is on our affiliate, reddragonsradio.com. Remember, you need to follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. Now, this show is hosted by the two Rachels. That's why it's Rachel Squared, right? We got Lithium and we got Bobotazi. They are longtime friends. We used to work together years and years and years ago. And a couple years ago, they came to me and they said, we want to do a podcast. We have this idea and we want to check it out. And I try to be so supportive for people that want to get into this thing, right? I've been doing podcasting for so long. I get a lot of friends that come to me and say, I want to try it. And they just never really do anything with it. But the Rachel girls, they did it, man. They got it up and running. And they've been consistent for 2 years straight. They're just about to hit 100 episodes. And for the first time ever, I was on the show, and it was great. I mean, if you listen to their show, they're very nice to shout me out almost every single episode. That we support them and Red Dragons Radio and the whole nine. But we had talked about me going on the show before, but they used to always record face to face. But now with the pandemic, we're finding new ways to record, right? Where we can keep our social distancing, not leaving the house. So since they've been recording via satellite, so to speak, it made it easy for me to slide on in. So their latest episode is Dawn in the Middle, which I appreciate being in the title, by the way. And it was fun being in the middle of a Rachel sandwich. As we talked for a little over an hour, just a little bit about COVID and about movies and the situation with entertainment and just a lot of different stuff that just kind of came up, man. It's a great conversation. It's a really cool podcast because those girls are best of best friends. I mean, they know each other inside and out, and they just have that good chemistry as a team. So I felt very honored and privileged to get to be a part of that episode this week, and I wanted to shout it out. So if you guys want to check me out on Rachel Squared, the official Drunk Girls podcast, go ahead and head over to reddragonsradio.com, click on their show tab, and just look for that episode, Dawn in the Middle, and check it out, y'all. So thanks again to the girls if they're listening here tonight. I was also a guest, kind of impromptu. My brother actually has a YouTube show called Kayfabe Chats, and it's all about wrestling. And he hit me up over the weekend and was like, "Hey, I'd love to have you on. Can we do a Kayfabe Chat?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." As you all know, if anybody been listening to me for a long time knows, I used to do a wrestling podcast called Future Endeavors. It was pretty big, man. It was a pretty big podcast. We were doing it way before everybody else and their mom was doing it. But we retired that show years ago, and so I don't get very many options and chances to talk about wrestling or the current state of it. So when he invited me on, it was fun. We got to get together. We got to talk about the releases that happened a couple weeks ago. We talked about the state of wrestling, Triple H celebrating his 25-year anniversary, WrestleMania. I mean, it was a really good chat, and we broke a lot down. So that's available on YouTube. If you just search Kayfabe Chats, I believe it's episode 4. You'll see me right there in the thumbnail with my bro. That was a lot of fun as well, too. So, you know what? That's been the cool thing about this quarantine is we've had more chances to cross over. I've been on multiple shows over the past couple weeks, and then of course we had our big Am I Still on the Air a little over a week ago with the boys, Peeps, Friggins, and Geeky Pat. And if you haven't heard that yet, please go check that out, the Am I Still on the Air episode, Catching Up. And that was also our first video edition. So once again, if you haven't, or you're looking forward to see the video edition, go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/AmIOnTheAir, and you'll see it right there. You can watch the video version, or if you just want to listen to the audio, it's available where all the audio podcasts are. Okay? So there's my plugs for the week. So let me switch gears. Let's get into some reviews. So the first movie we're going to review, I guess my only movie to review, is the latest big blow-em-up action blockbuster, Extraction. That's right, Extraction is a new Netflix original film that stars Chris Hemsworth, and this is produced by the Russo brothers, who of course directed Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. They are producers on this, and this movie, I remember doing the reporting on it right here on this show a couple years ago, that they were going to do this project with Netflix, and then Chris Hemsworth signed on, and it sounded really, really cool, right? He's this like mercenary who goes in to protect this kid, and of course all hell breaks loose. It takes place in India. So I was looking very, very forward to this movie. Saw the trailer, I was like, this thing's right up my alley, this is going to be amazing, right? And at the end of the day, I did like it, but I did not like it as much as I had hoped to. I'm very torn on this movie, because on one hand, I didn't really care for the story. It was hard for me to become invested in the characters outside of Chris Hemsworth. On the flip side, when it came to the action side of this movie is top notch. The action is fantastic. I mean, this is some John Wick level shit going down in this movie. And I've already seen the memes of Chris Hemsworth's character going up against John Wick and stuff. I mean, because that's how it feels, right? Chris Hemsworth's hitting the kills and the gunshots exactly like Wick would. I mean, the action is tight, and you can really see what's going on in the movie. And so when the action is happening, this movie is badass. But when there's not action happening, it really slows down, and it was just kind of blah to follow. So at the end of the day, man, Extraction I would give 3 out of 5 stars. It's good. I just hoped it to be a 4 or 5 star movie based on that trailer. But hey, you got nothing to lose by checking this out. It's on Netflix. It's now streaming. It's the #1 streaming thing on Netflix right now. So check out Extraction. Now, the second thing I want to review, and that kind of leads into the show title tonight, is a new show that is on Apple TV+. The show is titled Defending Jacob, and it stars Chris Evans. So, man, I had a big Avenger weekend, right? I had Chris Hemsworth in Extraction, and then Chris Evans in Defending Jacob. Now, this is based on a book, and Defending Jacob is a story about Chris Hemsworth, not Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans' family. It's him and his wife and their son, Jacob. Now, in the first episode, Jacob, not Jacob himself, but a body is found in the woods, and he's been murdered. So they don't know what's going on. Chris Hemsworth, God damn it, why do I keep saying Chris Hemsworth? Chris Evans is a lawyer, and he is on this case, and they're trying to figure out who killed this kid who happened to be a schoolmate of his son, Jacob. Well, after some things happen, the police arrest Jacob, and they think that he might have been the one to kill the kid. So this is now trying to prove his innocence. Did he do it? Did he not do it? And the family bond that is there around it. So Apple TV Plus does not binge the entire season at one time. They released the first 3 episodes, and then going forward, it'll be an episode every Friday. So I watched the first 3 already, and I really, really like this show. I think it's done great. I think it's filmed great. I love the way it looks, and I think Chris Evans is fantastic in it. The kid who plays Jacob, I'm spacing his name right now, but he's one of the kids from It, Chapter 1 and 2. He's really good. Michelle Dockery is the wife and the mom. She's really good. I'm just really, really digging the show, man. I wish I could have binged more, but I ran out of the 3, and now I'll just have to wait till Friday to watch the rest. But I did want to shout it out and let you guys know to check out Defending Jacob. It's on Apple TV Plus. It's an exclusive show on that streaming platform. So there you go. That's my 2 big new things to talk about this week, Defending Jacob and Extraction. So let's switch gears on over to our news of the week and get caught up. Why don't we? So The Mandalorian Season 2 is still coming. We don't know when. It should be later this year. But we're already hearing that Season 3 is in the works. That's right, that it's in pre-production, and they're already starting to break down Season 3. So why not, right? We all know it's going to be a hit, so we might as well. Fraggle Rock. Rock on. That's right. Fraggle Rock is coming back. Down at Fraggle Rock. And guess what it's coming to? It's coming to Apple TV Plus. So we were just talking about that with Defending Jacob. Apple TV Plus is reviving the classic series, which will be titled Fraggle Rock, Rock On. And we have the first teaser trailer for that. Warner Brothers is going to release Scoob straight to VOD. That's right. Warner Brothers has decided to skip the theatrical window and instead do an on-demand thing just like Trolls 2 did. So why not, right? You're going to make more money doing it during this time while people are quarantined than if this was in the theater. So that I really, really like. Now, the cool thing is that you can rent this movie or you can buy it, which I already pre-ordered to purchase it because the rental price is $19.99. Buying it is $24.99. So you know what? For $5 more, I'm gonna buy it so I have it forever, rather than spending $20 to rent it and it's gone in 48 hours. So, the theater owners over at Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers chairman stated, "While we're all eager to be able once again show our films in theaters, we're navigating new and unprecedented times which call for creative thinking and adaptability in how we distribute our content. We know fans are eager to see Scoob, and we're delighted that we can deliver this feel-good movie for families to enjoy while they're at home together." So very, very cool there. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Scoob will be hitting VOD on May 15th. So I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's smart for them to do. And I think they saw how much money Trolls was making, and they were like, we should do the same thing. So I already, like I said, I already pre-ordered mine on Vudu. And we'll watch it, man, in May with my daughter. And I think she's very excited to see Scoob. So Warner Brothers has officially redated In the Heights. Remember, In the Heights was supposed to come out this summer, and it was one of those ones that got pushed back indefinitely. And now we know the new date is June 18th, 2021. That's right, another movie that's being pushed back a whole goddamn year for no reason. But yeah, so there you go, June 18th, 2021. Natasha Rothwell set to star in a new Comedy Central series. It's going to be an animated pilot called Malltown. The Venom writers are developing a One Punch Man movie adaptation. That's right, and it will be live action, so very interesting. Paramount Pictures has been talking about redoing The Saint for a while, and it looks like they have landed Chris Pine to star in the reboot of The Saint. So very cool addition there with Chris Pine. AMC, the network, has officially delayed Nosferatu Season 2, and they are going to extend the Creepshow run. That's right. Remember, we talked about it last week, that they were going to start showing Creepshow. And, yeah, so they're going to extend that run, but they have pushed back Nosferatu Season 2. Venom 2. So this is another one that was coming out in October, and I was like, it should be okay, right? It's coming out in October. It's far away enough. This movie's not going to get touched. It's October. Well, that didn't happen. We did find out the official title, which is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. So Venom, Let There Be Carnage is the official name, and the movie comes out in June of 2021. For fuck's sake, I don't understand. I keep talking about it week after week after week on the show, and I don't understand. The movie was supposed to come out October 2nd. They were done filming this movie October 2nd, and now the movie's coming out June 25th, 2021. I mean, maybe they still had some work to do. Maybe there was CGI and stuff that they just weren't going to be able to get done with people working from home. I don't know. It's just, there's not really an explanation, but it just sucks. Because we lost Morbius, and then now we're losing Venom 2 all to next year. And I'm just tired of losing movies this year. Because even when the movie theaters reopen, what the fuck are we going to watch? What are we going to see? Because everything's being canceled and moved back to next year. What are we going to watch? It's just so disheartening, man, especially when it's all the movies in your top 10 of the year and nothing's left pretty much for 2020. But hey, I like the title, Let There Be Carnage. I'm excited for Carnage, and we'll see where it takes us, but now we got to wait a whole nother year. The Hunger Games prequel is officially a go over at Lionsgate, so they're going to start putting that together. Marvel has officially terminated showrunner deals with Steve Lightfoot and Paul Zivesky. They were the showrunners for Punisher and Maelstrom. One of those fucking words. But yeah, so this just goes along with what we've been saying. Kevin Feige runs the television studio and the movie studio now. So he's pretty much just clearing the slate for the TV side and then being able to do his own thing. We have the trailer for The Wrong Missy. This is a new David Spade comedy that's coming in May over on Netflix. If this wasn't on Netflix, I'd probably never care to see it, but because it's on Netflix, I'll definitely watch it. So check out the trailer for The Wrong Missy. Netflix has also acquired the rights for Enola Holmes, which is the new upcoming movie with Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill. Remember, Henry Cavill plays Sherlock Holmes, and Millie Bobby Brown plays his daughter, and it pretty much revolves around his daughter trying to pick up in his footsteps. So that's going to now be a Netflix movie, so very cool there. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Issa Rae are producing a backyard wrestling series over at HBO. I love the sound of that. Let's do it. HBO Max Finally, we have an actual launch date. We've been talking about HBO Max for quite some time. We heard the rumors that it was going to come out in May, and now we know the newest streaming service will officially launch on Wednesday, May 27th. So we are just about 4 weeks away from HBO Max launching. Now, you know, it'll have some original content, but it has a hell of a library going to it, and you get everything on HBO with it as well. So it's going to be $15 a month. This is a premium streaming service. This is going to have a lot of DC stuff down the road, like the Green Lantern show and Justice League Dark, stuff like that. This is going to be a game changer, man. I think HBO Max, maybe not in the first year, but eventually is going to become a rival for Netflix. I think this is going to be a big one, so I'm looking very forward to the launch of it on May 27th. Cary Fukunaga says that he wanted the new James Bond movie, No Time to Die, to take place in Bond's head. That's right. He wanted to have this weird, crazy, stoked out movie that in the end you find out it's all in his mind. That would have been very, very interesting. But of course the studio was like, what the fuck drugs you smoking? Get out of here. So that did not happen. Going back to HBO Max, we have the first trailer for Love Life, which is a new Anna Kendrick show that she's going to be doing on there. So check out that trailer. It's an HBO Max original. Eliza Coupe is set to lead Fox's new pilot, Pivoting. The Bold Type Season 4 will return in June. Let's see here. Forgive me. Sorry, they got a couple news bits that are not valid anymore, so I'm just moving on through. We do have an article and a link up for you to sign up for updates for HBO Max when it launches. Your favorite shows, movies, and new Max originals all start streaming May 27th, so check that out. It's owned by Warner Brothers, so you get all the Warner Brothers library along with HBO. I mean, it's going to be pretty damn tight. The new Hugh Jackman movie, Bad Education, debuted on HBO over the weekend, so I still need to see that, and I think that's the movie I'll be watching this weekend, so looking forward to checking that out. Westworld has officially been renewed for Season 4, so congratulations there. There's going to be a new Star Wars series from Leslie Headland. It's in development for Disney Plus, and it's supposedly going to be a female-led show. History's Ulysses S. Grant miniseries is going to be coming to the History Channel. We got an article up with Joe Russo offering updates on Battle of the Planets, Magic the Gathering, and Grimjack, so you can check that out if you want to know more, but I'll save you some time and let you know there's not really any information on any of that. Paramount Pictures has pushed back another film, and this time they have pushed back the new Michael B. Jordan movie Without Remorse, which is the Tom Clancy movie. So Paramount Pictures has pushed back the release date of Tom Clancy's Without Remorse, starring Michael B. Jordan, to October 2nd, 2020. It's taking over the Venom spot now that has been cleared. It was originally intended to debut on September 18th. So once again, I don't understand why they're bothering to push it back a month, but it is what it is right now, I guess. Ozark Season 3 has garnered a large viewership boost, which I was looking at the stats of this, and it doubled or tripled Season 2, and very well deserved. I talked about this already on the show weeks ago, but man, I binged Ozark Season 3 so fast because Season 3 is phenomenal. I cannot stress it enough. If you haven't caught up on Ozark, you need to do it ASAP because Season 3 is so good, and I cannot wait to see where Season 4 takes us. So I'm glad to see that it's killing it in Netflix ratings. Blumhouse is going to do a Firestarter remake, and it's poised for a 2020 shoot. We have everything coming and going to Netflix. Tom Holland says a production start date on Spider-Man 3 is still unclear. Sam Witwer talks about how Darth Maul's scene in Solo, a Star Wars story, changed from what it was originally going to be. Netflix has released that Spencer Confidential, Ozark Season 3, and Love is Blind are the huge winners for them in the last quarter, obviously outside of Tiger King as well. Pilot season is now in limbo, as no production start is in sight due to COVID-19, so who knows what we're going to get next for the pilots and new shows coming up, in September, October. Leverage, remember that show? I don't really remember it much, but Leverage is getting a revival order, and Noah Wyle is set to star. Keke Palmer is hinting at a true Jackson VP reboot in 2021. The new Jackass movie, which was supposed to come out later this year, has been pushed back. Actually, it was set to be released next year, sorry. It was originally set for release date on March 5th, 2021. The movie will now come out July 2nd, 2021. So another delay over there. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is officially going to get a sequel. It has been greenlit, so they're moving forward with that. Universal Pictures has acquired the Lego deal. That's right, for 5 years. So they have taken over all the Lego rights. So we'll see what that does for the Lego franchise. Apple has ordered a new Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd limited TV series called The Shrink Next Door. I'm already sold. I don't need to see nothing from it. Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd, sign me up. Saturday Night Live aired their second at-home episode this weekend, and the highlight was definitely seeing the return of Ooh wee, what's up with that? What's up with that? I love that sketch so much. And every time Kenan Thompson does it, I die, and I was so glad to see it come back on this new at-home edition, so check that out. Paramount has tapped Johnny Campbell to helm the new Cold Storage adaptation. Warner Brothers is confirming that Christopher Nolan's Tenet is still set for a July release. Thank you, Warner Brothers and Christopher Nolan, for sticking to your guns and saying, we're not moving this movie. It comes out in July. We're going to leave it in July, and we're going to let people see it. So thank you. And I hope to God that tomorrow I don't wake up and it's like, Tenet moved to 2022, right? I just jinxed it. But for right now, I appreciate them sticking to their guns and not moving this movie. FX has ordered an animated comedy pilot starring Danny and Lucy DeVito called Little Demon. Paramount Network has also set Yellowstone Season 3 premiere for May. So it's going to be coming back for Season 3. I know a lot of people love that show. Green Arrow and the Canaries producer is not sure if the new series is going to happen. Remember, they did the backdoor pilot in one of the last episodes on Arrow to see if people would be interested in the spinoff, and they're still not sure, so we're still holding on that. Netflix's Jerry Seinfeld 23 Hours to Kill teaser has been released, so you can check that out. I Want to Dance with Somebody, a Whitney Houston biopic, is in the works. Halloween Kills writer teases the bigger, badder, and meaner sequel. So pretty cool article up talking about how crazy the new movie Halloween Kills is. So that makes me excited. Parks and Rec, the whole cast is going to reunite for a special COVID-19 episode. That airs this week, so I already set my DVR for it. I wasn't even really super into Parks and Rec. I think I missed the boat on this show, but hey, I'm going to definitely record this and see what they do with this special reunion. We have the trailer for The Great, which stars Elle Fanning and Nicholas Hoult. It's a new Hulu series, so check out that. We found out that America Ferrera's delayed departure from Superstore will bleed into next season. So they were supposed to write her off at the end of this season, but they never got to film the final episode. So now, the episode that aired last week was part one of a two-parter that they left as the series season finale. And now the premiere next year will have her coming back to kind of wrap up that storyline. So interesting to see the swift move that they made there on Superstore. A lot of shows having to pivot, from what they thought was their finales because they couldn't finish filming, and now they got to make other episodes the finale, and it might not be the right thing. It's been crazy, man. Pokemon Journeys, the series, is heading to Netflix on June 12th, so a new Pokemon series on there. Jonas Brothers got a new documentary that is dropping on Amazon Prime called Happiness. So check that out. Chasing Happiness, is the full name there. So check that out. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel slips to October 2022. So once again, we gotta wait even longer to watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Still 2 years away. Jeez. Sony, speaking of Spider-Man, has officially shifted, and I knew this was going to come. Spider-Man 3 has been officially shifted to fall of 2021. So Spider-Man 3 was originally supposed to come out in June of 2021, and now it comes out in November of 2021, which unfortunately has pushed back Doctor Strange once again. So Doctor Strange into the mouth of madness, multiverse of madness, has been pushed back for like a third or fourth time now. Because every time a Marvel movie gets bumped, it's like it just creates this domino effect that everything else has to shift somewhere. So very unfortunate. But hey, at least we still get Sony for now in the same year. Spider-Man, not Sony. We get Spider-Man in the same year. It's just unfortunate that it's not going to be a summer movie and we got to wait till November to see it. So now, like we said, Marvel has delayed Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness to 2022. The movie will now hit theaters a few months later than previously reported because of the shift from Spider-Man taking its spot. And good news, though, and it's not much of good news, but I'll take it, Marvel has now moved Thor, Love and Thunder, up 1 week. That's right, it's moved up 1 week. It has an early February 2022 release date, and they've now bumped it up a month, so very cool there. Ryan Reynolds is going to be reuniting with Sean Levy for a new time travel adventure. Disney Plus's Cassian Andor series is going to be bringing back Genevieve O'Reilly and adds Denise Gow to the cast. Paramount has updated some release dates on some of their big blockbusters, including Mission Impossible and The Tomorrow War starring Chris Pratt, and some more, so let me break it down. Mission Impossible 7 will now debut on November 19th, 2021 instead of July 23rd, 2021. So another summer movie bumping to November. It will now open against Warner Brothers' King Richard movie and an untitled Disney live-action film. Mission Impossible 8, because remember they're shooting 7 and 8 back-to-back, will premiere on November 4th, 2022 instead of August 5th, 2022. The movie will open against Shazam 2. Ooh. Chris Pratt's new upcoming movie, The Tomorrow War, is now scheduled for July 23rd, 2021. And the Paw Patrol movie will launch on August 20th, 2021. And the Dungeons & Dragons movie, come on Fred, you know you friggins' looking excited for this. Dungeons & Dragons will release on May 27th, 2022 instead of November 19th, 2021. So that one pushed back another year. So there's some updates there on some big tentpoles for Paramount. Florence Pugh, Shia LaBeouf, and Chris Pine are all set to star in Olivia Wilde's new upcoming thriller, Don't Worry, Darling. So there you go. Good cast, though. I like it. Netflix is partnering with the Train to Busan director for Hellbound. Chris Hemsworth says that the Thor Love and Thunder script is one of the best scripts he's read in years. Thank you, Chris. That makes me very excited, but of course we all knew that, right? Taika Waititi, it's going to be awesome. Stephen Graham has joined Peaky Blinders for Season 6. Kevin Smith says that he has finished writing his Mallrats sequel, so very cool there. Warner Brothers says that they are still committed to releasing Wonder Woman 1984 and Tenet in theaters. They want to see those movies on the big screen. Blind Spot's final season has been pushed back to May 7th, so that's when that will launch. We have everything coming and going to Disney Plus next month. We have a pretty cool article up with Sebastian Stan talking about Endgame and the Bucky and Winter Soldier TV show that's coming. American Horror Story boss teases the return of the Rubber Man in Season 10. HBO Max streaming service, we have your guide to all the upcoming original series, so definitely want to check that one out to see what's coming up down the road from HBO Max. The complete Skywalker saga all in one place officially starts streaming all 9 movies on Disney Plus on May the 4th. That's right, May the 4th be with you. Only on Disney Plus. You can watch all of them in 4K. It's beautiful. That also means, of course, yes, The Rise of Skywalker, the 9th movie, is actually hitting Disney Plus 2 months early because of everybody being at home, and they wanted to go ahead on May the 4th and surprise everybody with the official full Skywalker saga. So that's pretty awesome. Netflix has debuted Kimmy versus the Reverend. The trailer has dropped today for Netflix, so check that out. I love Kimmy Schmidt. Steven Spielberg talks potential Goonies sequel, so check out that article to see what he had to say. HBO has acquired series rights for Hellraiser. That's right. Hellraiser, man, getting such the resurgence these days because we just talked about a movie being made, but a movie ain't good enough, right? We're going to get an HBO series on top of that, and I do like that David Gordon Green is going to direct and write the first couple episodes, so I love that he's involved. David Gordon Green, of course, did the Halloween reboot last year and had massive success with it. He loves horror. He knows how to do horror, and this is going to be a great mix. So HBO, Pinhead, Hellraiser, I'm down. Daft Punk is set to compose and score the film for the new Dario Argento film. Netflix has canceled Idris Elba's Turn Up Charlie after just one season. HBO Max has acquired Catching Out from writer Nick Sheff. Judd Apatow's new Pete Davidson comedy, King of Staten Island, is officially going the VOD route. That's right. The movie was supposed to come out later this summer, directed by... oh my god. How did I just space that out of nowhere? Judd Apatow. Bleh! I love Judd Apatow. He did 40-Year-Old Virgin, my favorite comedy of all time. Of course, Knocked Up. This is 40. I love Judd Apatow. This is his new movie, The King of Staten Island, and starring Pete Davidson. It's going to go straight to VOD, launching on June 12th. Right? June 12th, I think. Sorry, I just need to verify my facts. I don't want to tell you guys something wrong. Yes, June 12th. I don't know why I doubted myself. But June 12th. So, but hey, I'm stoked on that. I'll watch it. I'll rent it for sure. The Last of Us Part 2 and The Ghost of Tsushima get new release dates, and we'll see if they actually stick to that. Bloodshot 4K UHD and Blu-ray DVD details have been released, so you can check out when that's dropping. But like I said, it's already out on digital. Just buy it on digital. What are you waiting for? Gearbox announces that a Brothers in Arms TV series is in development. Hulu's Love, Victor gets its first teaser trailer, and it will debut on June 19th. Love, Victor is the TV version of Love, Simon, the movie that came out last summer. So pretty cool there. This was going to be a Disney Plus show, but they felt like it was a little edgy, dealing with the gays and all that. So they were like, we're going to move it to Hulu. So hey, but it's going to probably be a great show. Chaos Walking's Patrick Ness is set to adapt the Lord of the Flies book. An American Pickle, HBO Max has acquired the Seth Rogen comedy film, so that'll go straight to that. Tyler Perry's Bruh gets a premiere date and a trailer for the new BET Plus series. It's set to premiere on May 7th on BET Plus. Daisy Ridley is in talks to star in a new STX thriller called The Ice Beneath Her. Disney officially collected $900 million for Avengers Endgame. Insane! Could you imagine making $900 million on one movie? It's just so insane. Michael Daltrey wants to make a Godzilla BC movie. Will he get to do it? Probably not, but that's what he wants. We also have the trailer for the Star Wars Skywalker Saga, pimping out the Disney Plus release, which is a really cool trailer, by the way. I had totally forgot this news. I reported on this probably a year, maybe if not more, ago, that Chris Hemsworth was going to actually star as Hulk Hogan in a new Hulk Hogan biopic film that I think was going to Netflix. I haven't heard nothing lately on it. Since he was doing interviews for Extraction, they asked him about it, and he said that the movie's still being written, but he says he's still doing it, he's excited, and they're just waiting for the final script to come in. So I had totally forgot, but man, I cannot wait to see Chris Hemsworth as Hulk Hogan. Let me tell you something, brother. Michelle Obama gets a new documentary called Becoming that's coming to Netflix. America's Got Talent and World of Dance are getting May return dates over on NBC. I love both these shows. I'm so excited to get World of Dance and America's Got Talent back. Hells yeah. So glad that's coming out in a couple weeks. When Calls the Heart has been renewed for Season 8 over on the Hallmark Channel. Season 8. This is one of those weird random shows that I'm like, When Calls the Heart? What the hell is that? I've never even heard of that. And it's getting renewed for a Season 8? But hey, it's on the Hallmark Channel, so no wonder I'd never heard of it. But with that being said, that is the end of our show. That is all the news, ladies and gentlemen. And we've gone a nice about 40 minutes, so a little longer than we've been running. But hey, it's all good, right? We got you caught up with all the latest and greatest in the world of entertainment news. So thank you once again so much for listening. Hey, let's do some plugs, right? Let's talk about it. AmIOnTheAir.com is our official webpage. You can like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Follow us on Twitter at Am I On The Air. You can follow me on Twitter directly at DXDonMega. Follow me on Stardust at simply Don Mega, DONMEGA, and I'll follow you back. Stardust is awesome. Make sure you follow me on there. Of course, you can subscribe to the show on Apple Podcast. If Apple Podcast ain't your thing, don't you worry. We got you covered. We're streaming on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, Google Podcast. We're all over the interwebs. So you'll definitely be able to find it. See, I just activated my phone because I said Google. Shut up, phone. I didn't mean to activate you. Okay, play Am I On The Air? But yes, anyways, you can... I totally lost my train of thought. You can, of course, check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/Am I On The Air, and our Instagram at Am I On The Air. And, of course, our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. That's Red Dragons with an S, radio.com, all one word, and on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio. Like I said, great website, awesome podcast on there. Check out the official Drunk Girls podcast, Rachel Squared. Check me out on their episode. Check out Way Off Topic. Check out the Indie Sports Car podcast, This Week with the Geek, Hush. I mean, there's so many cool podcasts on there, so definitely check them out. You won't you'll like it. You'll like it, I promise. You won't be disappointed. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will wrap this up, and we'll meet again next Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. So, take care of yourselves and each other, and until next time, y'all, peace!
Bye, everybody! Red Dragons! Red Dragons!